Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2031 offseason draft, re-sign phase, free agency period, and you know what? We laid the foundation for the upcoming offseason. Now, we had the money to go out and make major moves. We could have made a bunch of deals to head in the direction that I want to go. But we have 3 major contracts coming up next offseason. And I'm going to start the episode off right away talking about them because this is going to be the major talking point for the rest of the season. Into the offseason, I want to hear your opinion about what you think we should do. The 3 men right now that we must get back under contract: Alexei Pietrangelo, the 3-time reigning Conn Smythe Trophy winner. He's a playoff beauty. Just call him Alexei Playoffs. He is Mr. Playoffs. That's officially his name. Alexei Playoffs. I found it. That's his official nickname. Already he's 28. Brandt Clarke, who we also need to sign. A franchise defenseman, 5th overall. Can't believe Detroit passed up on him for Edo Iguchi. No offense. And our first ever pick as general manager, Marcus Mironov. All of these men are going to ask for money. Now, the 2 defensemen, I'm assuming, are asking for 10 plus. Pietrangelo, what are you going to ask for? $9 million over 7 years is an absolute steal. So 7 years bringing him up till 35. He's going to be worth that contract. I think we go ahead and offer that contract right now because, if he has a great statistical season, he's going to ask for even more money. This is the 3-time winning, Conn Smythe winning player. That's insane how we could get him for this cheap. So I'm going to offer him 9.125, I can't speak, times 0.85. Now we're in a little bit of a conundrum. If these players don't take the 0.85 contract trick, all of these players don't take it, we are going to be in a rough spot. Now, if you don't know what that trick is, you times a contract or their asking price by 0.85. That is their lowest. When you times it by that, it'll be their lowest contract that you could get them for. Sometimes it doesn't work out, especially with the morale system. Sometimes they'll be like, no. Most of the time, they'll be for it, but it always depends on your morale. Sometimes a player just won't be for it. 7.775 over 7 years for Pietrangelo, 150% worth it. That's only a few $1 million raise for him. That's like $600,000? Something like that. We're going to offer him the contract. Hopefully he takes it. I would really, really appreciate it. Brandt Clarke and Marcus Mironov. At the end of this offseason, we currently have $35 million. I don't know why I pressed trade asset. We currently have $35 million to work with. Okay, so we get him on the books. That's $28 million to work with. Okay, what do we have? Brandt Clarke, $12 million over 8 seasons. Now, that is a hefty contract. I'd be willing, if it's just one more year, he's probably going to be especially going down the line, defensemen are going to cost a lot. Do we match it up to the season with Pietrangelo? Yeah, I think that's our best option. Yeah, hold on. So what is 12.450 times 0.85 equals 10? Okay, so we add that on. We'll have $18 million to work with. Okay, $18 million. That's right. Okay, I'll come back to that. And then Marcus Mironov wants 12.8. So we get that 12.8 times 0.85, 10. So we won't have a lot of money to work with, especially with the young center like Gogolev. You got Harry Parrish coming up. It's going to be a rough offseason. But the good news is Gogolev is an RFA. Parrish is an RFA, so we have them as an asset. Now, a lot of you have suggested trading away Kaprizov. It's 34. I understand where you're coming from. I just don't see how realistic it is that we trade our current captain. Maybe, depending where we are at the end of the season, we look into that. But I would hate to trade away our captain because of cap. If we can keep these guys together, I would love to do that. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on us either which way. But we'll figure it out. We can also trade away Chris Griffin. I think that's also a deal that we have to make right in the beginning of this episode. I know it sucks. Everything sucks right now. But it's a good thing that we have so much talent. It's not like we're the Detroit Red Wings and we have nothing with all this money, right? I'm going to wait on Brandt Clark and Marcus Mironov. We can look into that throughout the rest of the season. I'm just hoping Pietrangelo comes back. But let's go ahead and talk about the lineups for 2031-2032. Your Minnesota Wild, the three-peating Stanley Cup champions, start at the top line. Alexei Playoffs. 94 overall. We have two people potentially they're going to get 500 goals this season. Pietrangelo is going to get 500 goals. 10 goals, he'll do that in the first 20 games. And Anthony Francis is currently 3 goals away from 500 in 738 games. He's going to do that first 5 games of the season. 1,000 points. He's going to be up to 1,200 points at the end of this year. He's one of the best all-time already as 27. He's officially he didn't really have any growth left since he was 99 overall. But I'm hoping they both just pop off this season, get closer to 600 goals. Kirill Kaprizov. How many goals is he currently at? 531. At the end of this season, he'll be closer to 600. 1,119 points. See, that's kind of my issue. I get why we would trade away our captain. In this game, I would cheat the system and do that, but he's our captain. It sucks, but that is a potential thing that we might have to look into at a later date. Right now, we just want to win games. First line is unbelievable this year, each and every single season. Second line, Louis Langweeder, 26 years of age. He's on a phenomenal team-friendly contract. Statistically, he's gone down the last few seasons since his point-per-game seasons. But I get that. He's been giving a lot of time to the young guys. He's taken a little bit of hit in minutes, 2 less than his last point-per-game season. I get it, but I still really, really like him as a player. Sergei Gogolev, now we have to talk to him at the end of the year. He's an important contract to get back. He's obviously going to ask for money. He's not going to take a cut. I feel like he's going to be very similar to Numminen. He's going to hold out for that contract either which way. At the end of this year, I want to make sure we get him locked down for a full-length deal. 7 years, somewhere around that ballpark. I feel like he's going to have a good season. Especially alongside the most underrated player in franchise history, Cale Numminen. 666 points. He'll probably hit 400 goals this season. He's an unreal player. In the last 5 seasons, he's been a point-per-game player. He's a 40-goal machine. He scores goals left and right. I absolutely love him. He doesn't get enough respect. That second line is gorgeous. Third line. Now, the third line gets a little bit of a shake-up this season. You have Alexander Hudobin. I gotta get used to that. Hudobin. It's like Anton Hudobin from, who does he play for? Dallas right now? Goaltender. That's who I'm talking about. Alexander Hudobin. Coming out of Russia, 80 overall. I really, really like him. He really lit it up there in Russia. I like what he brings to the table. I feel like we needed to extend that contract to him and get him in the NHL right away. He's going to grow like that. Especially with the moves I want to make that I won't specifically talk about at this very moment. There might be a few major names involved. But this is a pivotal offseason. This end of this season is pivotal to this franchise. But he's going to be an important part going forward. Then you have Lionel Waters, who continues to progress as the best third-line, second-line center in the NHL. 66 points last year is a career best. He played the majority of the season on the third line. So he's getting power play time. He should be great. And then you have Dane Koliakovo. Now, you could debate putting Chris Griffin in there. Yes, I get that completely. But Dane Koliakovo has the offensive stats to be an NHL caliber player. He's 22. This is the season. We were going to lose Chris Griffin either which way. We're going to lose Pete Curry. We're going to lose a lot of our depth. We're going to have to reshape that end of the team. Dane Koliakovo, I think, is an important piece going forward. He might even be a great third line scoring forward for us. I just want to see him progress. This is only his, second NHL season? You gotta give him a chance. Third line time, he should do a lot better, especially with the players there on that line. You got a sniper, playmaker. They might be a good third line. Fourth line is arguably more impressive than the third line. Fourth line seems to be overall better. You have Sergei Gauthier-Leduc, who we had in the AHL last year. They won the Calder Cup, 51 points. He looks to be a really solid center, and I'm glad we signed him to a cheap deal. We're going to have to be smart the next few years offering contracts like that, but he should be good for the fourth line. Then you have Pete Curry. His name was tossed up in the air the last offseason, him and Chris Griffin, who's going to go. They're probably both going to go, but for right now, I really, really like him on the squad. Then you have a rookie in Brandon McKinnon who lit up the WHL with 119 points, 42 goals as a grinder. He definitely has the shooting category, and it looks like he has good offensive awareness, great physical skills. His puck skills can get better, and his skating, but he might be a really awesome forward for the bottom six. Our offense, there are a few names here and there, but we're still a Stanley Cup contender. Because our defense is still the best on the entire planet. Quinn, gosh darn Hughes, the best generation, best defenseman of his generation. Nobody comes close. He almost had another 100-point season last year. 90 points, another Norris, another trophy, another Stanley Cup. Think about that for 3 seconds. Best defenseman in the league, no question. His partner, Brandt Clark, he's actually growing. 93 overall. I think he's leveled out at that, but that's a great overall to be at 28 years of age. Who's more valuable to this team going forward? Is it Marcus Mironov or is it Brandt Clark? I think we have to start looking at that, because if it comes down to the wire, who is the guy that we bring back? But I don't want to... question for another time. Harry Parrish, I know you might be... Why the hell is Marcus Mironov on the third pairing? Harry Parrish is playing in the top four because he deserves it. We're getting the young guys. We're going to have to be smart with them. He's 21. We have to give him the time. Former 5th overall pick. Bissonnette, former 5th overall pick. The 5th overall pick's getting time together. They'll probably do pretty well together. Marcus Mironov is playing on the third pairing because he can handle it. because he's playing every special team, like first line special team, so it should balance the third pairing minutes out. He should be fine. He should do great. And then you got Mats Pearson. He's 22, 79 overall. I don't see him progressing too much in his career, but he's a nice defenseman to have. Special teams. Let's talk about it. You got that +5. Gogolev, Waters, and Numanen, Bissonnette. You know, they should all be pretty fine. It's pretty much the same as it usually is. Obviously, we want Gogolev to succeed. I think he can be a goal-scoring threat. Him and Langweeder should be pretty good together. Penalty kill gets a little bit iffy. We do have a few minuses on a penalty kill, especially the 3-man. I don't really want to talk about it, but we have to. We did pretty well in the regular season last year, except for the first 3 months, and then we won the President's Trophy, so I don't see any cause for concern. You got McKinnon there. They should do completely fine. 3-man, you know, they got -3s. I literally tried out every player on this pairing, and nothing worked. Nothing worked. Trust me, I tried everything. Maybe the coach, yes, but I think going forward, we're still winning with him. We're still a great offensive powerhouse until the tides turn. I want to keep him in there. Our penalty kill was pretty good last year, especially with the rough start. It was 78%, and our power play was 35%. We should be A-okay, though. Extra lines, looking gorgeous. You wouldn't want to play this team any night, especially when we're down 3-0 in a series and we reverse sweep you. Yes, if you didn't watch the last playoffs, go ahead and watch the hell out of that. I don't want to spoil anything, but you're already here and this is your own fault. We reverse swept 2 teams. Yes, 2 teams. Phenomenal. Crazy. I don't know how we managed to do it. Shootout beauty. And goaltenders. Now, Tallender was an 86 overall. Last time I checked, he jumped up to an 88. He did drop down to a medium elite, though, which is a little bit cause for concern, but a few of our goalies have done that. Christian Ransfeld a few seasons ago. Our backup, Christian Pettersson. We've had a few Christians on this squad. 24 years of age. Decided to give him a shot. Might as well, right? Scratch players. We're gonna have to talk about that because we got Olsen, Bobby Levin, Chris Griffin. Chris Griffin's gotta go. We gotta trade him. AHL, let's go over it pretty quickly. Noticeable prospects. You got Lawrence Schoonen, 19 years of age, 68 overall sniper. I think he could be pretty good for us. You have Prince, who's 22. You got Zimmerman, who's 20. Koskinen, who's 22. Bobby McFumbles, absolute beauty. Thomas, who's low elite, not bad. Cutler, and there's a few other players like Lamb, who are kind of not prospects anymore because of their age. 24 is kind of the cutoff. 23 for me personally, because if you don't progress into an NHL caliber player, probably not going to have the best of careers. And Lynn is another noticeable prospect there. It's a good squad. Defense, noticeable people. I mean, it's not a bad squad. Lawrence Webb seems to be pretty decent. I'm actually put him up there. And he's probably the most... Brent Perez! How did I forget about Brent Perez? Absolute beauty! Goes on the top there. How the hell did I forget about that? Brent Perez, an absolute beauty. He's freaking 78 overall at 19. He's going to be... everything's great. We're great. I'm going to skim over the special teams. It's nothing too big. You got Brad Cizik and Theo Gryba. That's a good tandem. Cizik's a 77. He's a high elite. I don't see him becoming an NHL goaltender for us, but he's a good goaltender for the AHL. And you have Theo Gryba, who's going to turn into an NHL goalie one day, I think. Scratch players, Chuck Owens, Drewy, and a goaltender. There. Not a bad squad. Reigning champions. Both squads, actually, are reigning champions. But we have to make a trade now. We have traded away a hefty amount in the last season. We got the Sharks pick for this year. We have our own in Nashville's. I plan on adding all these assets are good. If we're going in a direction, we have to be smart. Why did I press that button? Owen, make life easier for yourself. I know, we're already 20 minutes into this episode, and I've just been doing my thing. Chris Griffin has got to go. I really, really love Chris Griffin. I just don't see... Wow, nothing? Ooh, no first-round picks for him. Chris Griffin, okay. That's fair. I mean, I'm surprised we got plenty of offers for him in the offseason, I guess. Just didn't work out. I should have gone for an offer from him. I guess Boston, you want to trade a first? I'm willing to trade with Boston. If you want to trade your first, I'm willing to do it. This season? I'll take your first this season, no doubt. Might as well... Hey, you never know. You absolutely never freaking know. Let's take the one... They might even be a bad squad. We'll take on... no, that's 2 years. Never mind. I don't want to take on a contract like that. We'll take this Danner dude. Seems to be pretty solid. See this trade. Trade accepted. Chris Griffin, enjoy Boston. I'm sure you'll be a great player for them there. See what I'm talking about? They might not be the best squads. They seem... I mean, it says they're a contender. They could definitely falter, so maybe we have a lottery pick there. Now, that seems to be settled out. Let me make a few roster adjustments, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so everything seems to be settled out, which is good. So I'm ready to simulate. It's been a long enough episode as it is. I like explaining myself. You know, I'm sure maybe you like it. I just explain my reasoning. But you know what? Let's slow sim the first game of the season. Oh, Jameson Wellwood wants to talk is probably about Alexander Hudobin. I want to keep him in the NHL. He says... I'll agree with them. Usually they say, "Oh, 9-game stint," and I agree with them, and they're fine. I'll promise him. He'll probably do fine through his first 9 games. I'm not sending him down either which way. Jameson Wellwood. How many Stanley Cups has he won with us? Like 5. Petrangelov, sign that deal. Oh, that is huge for us. What a great contract for him. Oh, we got a cheap contract for the 3-time reigning Conn Smythe Trophy winner. That is a huge positive, especially going into the next hectic offseason, which is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of loss we're going to take, though. A lot of turnover. But we're here in the regular season. Let's see how we do in game number 1 against the Nashville Predators, who we swept in round numero uno. First period. 1-1. Louis Langweeder opens the scoring for the season. Julian ties the game. Second period. 3-1. Marcus Mironov and Hudobin scores his first career NHL goal. Oh, that is huge. We're outshooting them by double. We do have Nashville's first round pick this season. Maybe they'll be a bad team. You never know. Drigger cuts the lead in half. It's 3-2 Minnesota. Half the period remaining. Can we hold on for the first game? W power play for them, power play for us. They kill it off. 2 special teams go away. Nils Hoglander ties the game. Obviously he ties the game. Obviously our former player ties the game. But you know what? First game of the season? Let's jump into it. First game of the regular season goes to overtime. We both get 1 point, but who will walk out with point number 2 of the evening? Hopefully it's Minnesota. Start off the season right. Up to Kaprizov, captain. Into the zone. He's got a lane. In front, back to Francis. Shot is blocked by Iguchi. They have Iguchi, and Kaprizov dumps it back into their zone. I don't know if you call that a smart play, but it's back in the hands of the Nashville Predators, who skate in the zone. Dangled in front. Anthony Francis pad stop. It's poked into actually. Francis has he's got a clear lane. He's making it. He's all the way. Pass back to Kaprizov, but he is hooked or slashed or something. They will go to the power play. In front, tried for a one-time shot. One-timer. My bad. But we will go to the power play either way. Patrick Harper to the box. That is a... that is not a smart penalty to take, and we go to the power play. Sergei Gogolev taking the draw. Will he win it? Face off, win. Langweeder in front, big shot from the point, and Nashville will dump it out. Back behind Tallender. And they what in the blue hell is this computer? Excuse me? Newman skates the puck. Does he have a zone? Toe drags. Langweeder over to Gogolev. And Gogolev is stopped by, I have no idea who their goaltender is. My bad. It's a big save. I mean, there's some smart plays from Minnesota this period of overtime, but they just got to do something, get it on net. Hughes, slap shot, Delmore makes the save. See, I like shots like that. You don't have to do anything fancy. You're a smart team. Sometimes you are the best, but you just have to make nice and simple plays. Anthony Francis has the draw. Actually loses it to Julian. 99 overall faceoffs, and he loses it. Dumped behind Tallender. Tallender over to Hughes. Hughes up to Francis. Petrangelov. Him and Francis go skating. Mironov in front. That is wide of the net. I'm not sure if Delmore got a save on it. Francis in front. Oh, the goaltender making some iffy moves there, but he stops the puck dead. And we will have another offensive zone faceoff. Okay, yeah, the goaltender had to do some shimmying there. I wish Francis scored that. I hope we don't go to a shootout, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Face-off draw. Will he win it? He does. Over to Hughes. Back down to Mironov. Slapper in front. It's poked away to the left side, and they will dump it out. It has been an ineffective power play so far. And Nashville will regain the puck. What the hell are we doing? Over for Cal. Oh, God. Oh, God. Over to Mironov. They got a break. And it is a breakaway for Francis. How do you not get that goal? Francis just kind of stopped, passed it off. He needed to take a shot there, and he did not. See, this is what I'm talking about. You just make the simple plays. You didn't need to pass that. You're so much faster than everybody else. Okay. Here we go. Gogolev with the face-off draw. He loses it completely, and they send that to the, I almost said end zone. Parrish. What's he going to do here? Gogolev skating into the zone. Back over to Langweeder. Langweeder back over to Parrish. And that has, and Niederberger has the puck. Are they going to go? Oh, they're going for it. Here, Dipsy Doodler Ramirez, and that is it. Nashville walks in shorthanded in overtime and ends it just like that, Minnesota. Really? Really? Really, Minnesota? Really? You're going to do it like that? Not a way to start out the regular season. Not going to lie, you had plenty of chances to end it there, and what was that? What were you doing defensively right there? Oh my. What was that? He just stood there. And we drop game number 1. We get a point, but we want victories, not these shootout or overtime losses. No pity points. No pity points. Okay. Drop game number 1, but we have a long season ahead of us. 81 more games, to be exact. Here we go. Let's see what the first month has in store for us. Hopefully that isn't a sign of things to come. Now, we started off last regular season really rough, and now we don't even have a win this season yet. Come on. 10-2 victory. That's pretty big. I'll take it. There we go. Keep it going, Minnesota. We started off the season a little rough, but we've gotten on the right track here. Actually, let's view the draft class. We have four first-round draft picks this year. The first overall projected pick this year seems to be Franklin Leach from the WHL Winnipeg Ice. You also have Elias Agon, you have Matthias Grossman, you have Johan Dodge, Owen Postma, Seth Moses. A few awesome names here and there. Hopefully we can get a top tier pick this year. 6-4 victory. Come on, keep the wins going. We get some revenge over Nashville in the first month here. Drop the game against Philly. Lena Waters wants to talk. 12 minutes a night? Come on, man. That's plenty for the third line. And you're getting special teams. You should be happy, and you are. That's what I thought, Lena Waters. No, we will not be trading away any of our prospects for not even roster players. Louis Langweeder wants to... What? You're playing 14 minutes an evening, man. Be happy. Yeah, exactly. No changes. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with... I'm okay with that. Exactly. St. Louis, 6-1 victory. Let's end off the month with the W against Anaheim and 4-3 OT win. That is a victory. A W is a W. I mean, third in the division, so we have some tough competition in the Avalanche and Blackhawks, obviously our two biggest rivals. We are only a month in, so let's go 2 months and then check out the stats. As you see right there, Anthony Francis almost has a goal per game. Maybe he can finish the season at 82 goals. I would love to see that. Could you imagine? He's already hit goal number 500. I'm assuming Pietrangelo has as well. See, a lot of players are coming to me like about ice time. I mean, Cal Newman is playing plenty of time. He should probably average out to 16 minutes an evening. Especially with all the other talent we have on our team. He should be happy with the amount that he's getting. He's a superstar, don't even get me wrong. Craig Lynn for the AHL has been injured. Oh, that's a prospect. Too bad. Head coach replaces player. Gets somebody else in there. He should be back soon. 9-4 victory. Jamison Wellwood. Oh, yeah, we kept our promise. Obviously, we're keeping him in the NHL. I haven't even seen how he's done yet, but he's staying. He's staying. The absolute stud. Alexander Hudobin. Actually, if you're still here during this episode, hi. Come up with a nickname for him down below. Not the coach. Alexander Hudobin. Not sure what we could call. Not sure what we should call him. 2 regulation losses in a row, but we pick up a victory there against Calgary. Let's get Olsen's in the lineup. I know he's 81 overall. Don't look at me like that, but I don't really like him all too much. We could trade him away for assets, but okay, 2 regulation wins in a row. Make that 3, 2-0 shutout. Big 2 against Dallas. Come on, 4-3 OT win. Another one against Nashville. Overtime loss. Okay, we're playing plenty of extra time against Nashville. Louis Langweeder wants to talk. What? I'm gonna persuade. No changes. Okay. Cool. Langweeder, don't disappoint me, man. Tampa Bay, Winnipeg, and LA to end off the month. 6-5 regulation loss. Alexander Arkhipov gets injured. Too bad. Winnipeg get the victory. 2 wins in a row to end the month. I'm okay with that. 18-5-2. First place in the division, actually tied. If I'm not mistaken. We have 2 games at hand, though. Oh, Francis is going off this season. Is he coming for a Rocket Richard trophy? Maybe he is. Let's look at how the team has been performing through 25 games. The star so far is easily Anthony Francis. When I ask for him to pop off, he goes off. He goes crazy. 5 game-winning goals already. We're not scoring as much this season. I mean, the top players are scoring almost all the top 4 players here are all over a point per game, but not as much as I had expected. Obviously, we're going to average out to way more than a point per game, but they should be fine. I'm not too worried. Anthony Francis has been great so far. 21 goals. Hopefully, he can compete for a few trophies this season. 36 points. He is definitely leading the way. Kaprizov has been great. 34 years of age. 89 overall. He's dropped to a second line forward. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting with Kaprizov. Do we risk 2 of our greatest defensemen for 2 more seasons with Kaprizov at his peak? Right. Oh, I want to hear your opinions. I do. I'm not trading him during the regular season. There's plenty of postseason discussion to be talked about. For right now, that's just a question I lay to you. Cale Newman has been great, 15 goals, so wow. A lot of goal scoring there from our top 3 players. Petrangelov is a plus 25, 27 points. He's technically a second-line forward. I don't know. Yeah, he only took a $600,000 pay raise. Wow, we screwed him. Sergei Gogolev has 19 points in 25 games. I don't expect him to ever be a point-per-game guy, but if he can be solid defensively and put up almost point-per-game points, I'm okay with that. He's been solid on the power play. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Lino Waters, 19 points, so the second and third line centers are putting up the same amount of points. I'm okay with that. Kolyakovo on the third line, 13 assists. He's passing the puck. Hell yeah. Plus 12. He's been great. Yeah, hell yeah. Louis Langweeder, 11 points. That's a little disappointing. Not going to lie. I mean, he is playing power play. Or a four-man power play. That might explain it a little bit, but he hasn't been great. He's been kind of awful. -1 is not acceptable. No. Gauthier Leduc, our fourth-line center, with 10. Khudobin with 8. 6 goals. Not having a bad season. 82 overall, as long as he keeps growing. Shooting category is great. He's only going to get better. And why did I press back? Why did I press back, Owen? Why did you do that? You're so bad at your job. Why? Okay, let's see. Pete Curry, 7 points. McKinnon with 3. 22 penalty minutes. He's definitely racking up the penalty minutes. Not even gonna lie. Okay. I mean, not a lot of minus players here. I think the only minus player is Langweeder. And that is, especially if you have one minus player and everybody else is a really decent plus-minus, they're definitely the outlier. He's not performing as... I mean, he's not playing as much power play time, I guess. But he definitely needs to be more consistent, not going to lie. Defense, how's it looking like this year? Do we have Brant Clark? 27... Oh my god! The defense are going off! More than 20 points from each of our top 3 defensemen. Incredible. 27 points. Mironov with 23. Quinn Hughes with 23. Hey, as long as one of us win a Norris, but Quinn Hughes, every time we talk about the Norris, he's like, oh, did somebody say Norris? He'll win it. Don't worry about it. Bissonnette with 13. He's having a great season. Harry Parrish with 9. 5 goals. Could be better, but he's been solid defensively. No penalty minutes, which is a huge positive. Pearson with 2 points. I'm okay with that. Goaltending, well, their statistics could 100% be better. Tallender has 2 shutouts. He's 13-4-1. Could be a better win ratio. Pettersson 5-1-1. It's not too bad. They're winning games. I'm excited to see the entire league. I have a feeling we're going to be playing catch-up the rest of the season. Best goalie in the league right now, Rion from the Chicago Blackhawks has a .930 in 22 games. That is scary. Dejordjevic for Detroit has a really damn good save percentage as well. I wish one of our goalies could have a save percentage like that, but you know what? It don't matter. Rookie skaters. Leading in that category, Pekka Thoresen, former 4th overall pick. Manderville, who was just drafted first. Wow, Pittsburgh has a few studs on the rise. They're good for them. Radulov, Nestorov, Sexton. Decent rookie class there, but I'm excited to see defenseman Cale Makar with 33 points. Quinn Hughes is 10 points behind him with 2 games at hand. Quinn Hughes, you better step your game up, boy. Okay. We still do have 3 defensemen in the top 10, so whatever. All skaters, how's it looking like this season? 41 points for Branislav Yelovac, who left Nashville to go to Ottawa. Having a great season so far. Anthony Francis is just behind them. He's leading in goals. Matthew Savoie with 23, but Anthony Francis definitely making a run at that trophy. I am A-okay with that. But you know what? We've only simulated 2 months. Let's go ahead and go another month this episode. I'm okay with that. Let's go one other month, see how we're doing at the end of that. Then we can see what kind of decisions we can make. Let's get Arkhipov back in the lineup in the AHL. Where was he playing? He was playing oh yeah. Ugh, I guess we don't have any scratch defensemen in the AHL. Oh, you didn't notice that. We're fine. Everything's good. Don't worry about it. Okay. I think we've had a few wins in a row so far. Vancouver, big win right there. Let's view the draft class. Might as well. I'm actually going to check that after this month. See where all our picks length. So our scouts haven't done a great job this year. Love to see that. Ooh, defenseman at low franchise. I'm gonna scout him. I'm gonna make sure we have him pinned. Livingston as well. So we can look at them later. Just a little, just in the back of our heads. 25-2, already our 20th win of the season by December. Pretty damn good. Jack Quinn, no, we don't need Jack Quinn. No, thank you. OT win over Toronto. Keep it going, Minnesota. 4-3 regulation loss. 2 regulation losses in a row. Regulation win. Okay. 5-0 shutout. Okay. San Jose. Can we get some revenge? 7-0 shutout. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, Ottawa's not doing great with Yellowvac. And they're struggling in there. 3-2 regulation loss. And we finish the month with a 6-1 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes. Oh my God, Detroit's doing great. They already have 50 points, man. Maybe Detroit's a playoff team. Holy moly. Uh-oh. We're still tied in our division for first place, but we have 4 games at hand. So it's definitely our lead to lose. Let's go ahead, check out the stats through, what is this, 3 months? To something like that. 3 months, yeah. So, first place on our team. Francis is definitely making a run at some trophies this year. I would love to see that. Petrangelov stepped it up. Kaprasov has as well, 23 goals. Kale Newman with 24, 40 points. Big guys are stepping up. Gogolev has not been too bad. About 30 points in 40-ish games. Put it there. I'm okay with that average. Lino Waters, not too shabby. Langweeder, 19 points. Yeah, he's not been great. Maybe we give him some more power play time. That might be a good decision to make. Kolyakova with 16 assists. He hasn't been too bad. Hudobin with 14 as a rookie, 9 goals. He can probably get a 20-goal season. Leduc hasn't been too shabby. Peter Curry, McKinnon. They all have really good plus-minuses. And I'm okay with that. As long as they're solid defensively, I'm okay with that. Defense. Has Quinn Hughes stepped it up? He has 39 points in 37 games. Not too shabby. He's definitely going to have some ground to make this season, though. That is very true. He'll probably be a point-per-game defenseman, but he might miss out on a Norris this year. I don't want to see that. Brent Clark has been phenomenal. Marcus Mironov has been great. Bissonnette has been great. Our defenses are putting up phenomenal stats. So that is definitely a question to ask. Right, Kaprasov for another 2 years, or Brant Clark and Mironov for 7 more years. Right? That is definitely a question to ask. Bissonnette, Harry Parrish, Peterson, they've all been really, really good. I like to see that. Goaltending, has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? Challenger's gotten better. Only 2 regulation losses that month. Another shutout. They've both been winning games. I'm okay with that. What is the entire league looking like? I think it's January 1st. It is 2032. Welcome to the new year. Who's the best goaltender in the league right now? I'm going to give it to probably Carter Hart for Dallas. Putting up the tied for the most wins. One of the better save percentage. One of the best goals against. It's definitely his right now. Rookie skaters. Pekka Thorensen for Pittsburgh is just going off. I do love to see that Pittsburgh's getting some nice young guys. Only 2 years apart. You got Crosby and Malkin. Defense. Let's see what's it looking like right now. Oh, no. Cal McCarr is going to have... Quinn Hughes is definitely going to have some ground to make. Ooh, he's going to have to go off the rest of the season. Adam Boquist is having a great season for Winnipeg. No. He's going to lose the Norris this year? No. Don't do that to him. Don't you do it. Gustav Fantenberg with a new team. Quinn Hughes gotta step it up, boy. Who's winning the Art Ross as it stands? Yelovac's been phenomenal. Francis has some some ground to make. Most goals in the season so far, Yelovac, Novak, Vosnar, Corvo, and then Francis. Okay, so we might lose out on a few awards this season. We've been a great team, but I want to check the draft picks to end the episode. So we have a few draft picks this year. Nashville is one of them. Second worst in the division. Let's go to the bottom of the league and see where our picks lie. Okay, Nashville. We have Boston's. Big plus for us. They look like a team that could definitely miss the playoffs. Montreal. Nashville, that's another team that's looking outside of the playoffs. And then who else do we have? We have San Jose. San Jose's out of a playoff spot. Okay. Are they out of a playoff spot? Ooh, they might be. I'm not too sure at this point. Hold on, let's check out the Pacific Division. No, they're second place in the division. Okay, that's 2 potential lottery picks at this point in time. We and our own. Never mind. Everything's good. Everything is A-okay. But I'm going to call it for this episode. We've gotten stuff done. We've talked and we've simulated. And who knows what the rest of the season is going to look like. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.